Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganashadasham Tattvamasyanivaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nityanandam. Hi, this is Mahadeva Ovyananda coming to you live again from India. I don't think I've ever spoken about Varanasi and what an amazing place Varanasi is. Um, I had the beautiful opportunity to go there a few times and see some of the amazing temples there. So I wanted to just share just a couple little quick things for you. I suggest that everybody who's a seeker, and especially a Hindu, if you haven't yet been to Varanasi, please go. It's an amazing place. Especially the old part of the city where the streets are very narrow and all the stores are right next to each other, and it's, you walk through, winding through these places until you get to the Ganga, Mata Ganga. I love her. She's such a beautiful energy to sit there. I can sit all day and just be in her energy field. It's very peaceful and powerful. So I recommend that, and walking along the whole area there where all the ghats are. And also Manikarnika Ghat, you have to sit there and see. Swamiji recommended in the past that we sit there for 21 days and just continuously watch those bodies being burnt. Especially for a Westerner, it may be a little much, because everything is really weird when we have funerals in the U.S. Everybody's, they put a suit on and paint up the body, and I don't know what else they do. But it's kind of a weird, unnatural thing in a way when I think about it. But when you go to that ghat, it is such a real place, and actually a peaceful place. Like you would think it would be kind of creepy or what, but it's not. It's like such an interesting place. It's such a peaceful and alive place for being a place where dead bodies are burnt. Because after all, it's only the body that they're burning. That energy in person has already moved on to another Janma, another life. So it's only what's remaining, that shell. Just how we discard our dirty clothes into a pile and put on some new ones. That's how the body is. So then the more we see that happening, those bodies being burnt one after another, then, we're realizing, okay, I see, I am not the body. I am more than that. I am that consciousness. It's a very deep practice. I didn't get to stay there for 21 days, but only a few hours. But in that time, it was a profound experience. And if we ever have the chance to go back, I hope to sit there again. But it's amazing. You should go for that reason. Then Vishwanatha Temple. My God, Vishwanatha Temple is amazing. The thing I have to tell you and suggest that you read up on it before you go. If you're not an Indian native and you have a foreign passport, you have to check in with these wonderfully friendly people, and you have to wait in line and check in your passport, because I don't really want to go into why all that is. But you have to do all this nonsense before you can go enter into the temple. I guess we should be lucky that, as foreigners, they're allowing us inside, even if we're declaring we're Hindus, and even if we're wearing kafi because we're sannyasis, we're Hindu monks. Even then, still, we have to show our passports. And yeah, I have many things to say, but I won't. But I'm just telling you, you should be prepared, okay? Be prepared to spend some time doing that before you go in. And it can be crowded at certain times of the day. So you just want to allow yourself time, because the Garba Mandir is a very small place. The Garba Mandir, it can be crowded, and you kind of get pushed through. So you might want to go in more than once, or spend some more time just in that energy field. I don't know how it is now, but I was fortunate, so fortunate, that the first couple times I went, we actually got to touch that stone, that deity, that beautiful black stone. It's just beautiful energy of Sadashiva. We got to pour the milk, put the flowers, and even they gave the prasad of one of the garlands, and just having that contact, that direct contact with that energy. What a powerful and beautiful place. And you can really feel Mahadeva there. Oh, it's amazing. And but now I think they put some kind of fence, not fence, like a gate to barricade, so you can't touch him. So it's kind of sad, but still, it's beautiful to offer that milk and flowers to him. So I would recommend it. It's a very old and beautiful temple, but it's not run anymore independently is the problem. So even one time, a couple times I got fortunate enough to go with Swamiji. And that was amazing because Swamiji performed, he got to sit there for the Rudra Homa and I got to stand behind him. Wow, that was amazing because just being in a temple, especially those temples with Swamiji, is just a gift. So we got to do that a couple times. And one time I got to stand like right by him, which was a blessing for me. But just hearing that Rudram being chanted and seeing the offerings being done and the whole air is filled with that, the mantras. And Swamiji was there and all the devotees and disciples and sannyasis were standing around, pressed in, we're trying to mostly see Swamiji, but of course we're connecting also with the deity, with Mahadeva. And it was just a scene, because Swamiji also, he gets into such a state there because he just connects so much with that energy also. Connects, or I don't know, it's part of him anyhow, but just that ecstasy feeling that he has, and it shows. He's so happy. So that's wonderful to experience, Swamiji and his happy moments with the deities. So Vishwanatha Temple is amazing. So you should definitely check that out. I also went to the Kalabrava Temple several times. Really an awesome temple, very small and tiny. So, but such a unique little temple. Everything's kind of painted with this red sort of lacquer thing, color, and there's all these bells, and around the Garbha Mandir is all these paintings and murals on the wall. And then the actual Garbha Mandir itself is so powerful. That's the Kalabrava. He's in silver, and he's the wide eyes, and it's amazing place to be also. That energy is very powerful. And I was also fortunate once to just get in there when Swamiji went in to offer puja to Kalabrava. And I was like one of the last persons. I squeezed myself into the door before they closed it. And I got to witness that. Swamiji again, worshipping the deity worshipping the deity. It's such a amazing place. And Kalabrava is the guardian of Varanasi, of Kashi. So his energies abound there, and it's a very powerful place, a very amazing place to do completion. And just get into the energy field of these beautiful, amazing deities. So many temples there. Annapurni Temple, and then there's a Shiva Linga installed nearby there with the Sri Yantra carved on top. And Annapurni's energy is so loving, like a mother, like you would expect, like very beautiful and peaceful. And one time we ate there at the temple. They have that free Anadan there, and so it was nice to experience at a different temple their Anadan and how they do it, and they serve the free food. You have to be quick in those places, but you can definitely get some quality sattvic vegetarian food if you're traveling. And Varanasi, of course, they have mostly, you can get a lot of vegetarian food, so you don't have to worry when you're traveling there. And there's one place that they serve pizza, vegetarian pizza. I don't know if it's still there. It was at Asi Ghat, so like one of the ending ghats. Before I took Kavi, we went there pretty much regularly. We drove great distance because we were staying on the outskirts kind of Varanasi, so it took us over 30 minutes to go there. But it's worth it because it's vegetarian pizza, and it's it's a safe cheese and all that, and it's nice, and you get to sit on the ghat, on the Ganga, and enjoy your pizza. So please try it out and go there. And there's so many nice shops, little puja shops, all different things along that whole area. I looked high and low throughout India, or throughout Varanasi to find the perfect Shiva, and I forgot to bring him. I'll show you some other time. But I only could find these metal ones, all these little metal ones, and I didn't want that. So I finally found a stone one at this place near Asigat. So I was really happy. But yeah, so you can search around and find things there. And it's a very enjoyable place. It's such a chaos. But if you can relax into the chaos and enjoy the beauty of it and how life is just running continuously in Varanasi, you really enjoy yourself. Because imagine stepping foot into the oldest living city on planet Earth. Varanasi, thousands of years it's been there. Sadashiva went there. Anandavana, the place used to be filled with trees. So Anandavana means, I think, like the heart of the forest. Sorry, Swamiji, something like that. Like heart and forest together. Like he stayed there with Devi. And Varanasi actually means it means the third eye, basically. Varanasi. So it's a very potent place and a great place for you to go and experience Hinduism. There's so many other temples there. Durga temple we went to. There's temples everywhere. There's even one temple where Devi's so big, but they don't allow you to go inside. But they give you darshan every day, like really quickly. Somebody was telling me, I didn't get to see it. I didn't get to see that place in Devi, but you could see her feet, and I guess she's like huge. So I'm not sure what's up with that, but somebody was telling me. So there's so many different beautiful places to connect to the divine energy and to experience Hinduism. Oh my God, one of my favorite things I almost forgot. You have to go to Arti, the main place where they do the nightly Arti to Ma Ganga. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. There's 2 groups that do it, but just these bells, and you're there on the water, and there's all these people gathering around, and they're doing the Arti with these huge lamps, and it's such a feeling, in a way, even like of a community feeling to gather to worship Ma Ganga. And it's always such a beautiful night, because even in the hottest weather, it's always kind of nice there with a breeze and peaceful and chaotic all at once. But just that place and that Ganga Arti and the sound of those bells and the mantras and the songs going, I don't know, I really enjoy it. It's definitely a must that you should put on your list. And of course you can go on a boat ride and these interesting rickety boats that are a little scary, but I think mostly they're safe. And you can really enjoy just seeing that whole historical part of Varanasi, the old part. You know, from one end to the other, all those interesting buildings and how they just kept building on top of each other, next to each other, on the side. You know, their buildings are just, it's like something out of, you know, I don't know, Harry Potter. I think I read something once that their buildings in one place were a little weird. Like, so maybe like that. But anyhow, it's an amazing, magical place. So I highly recommend it. If you're coming to India, you have to see Varanasi and see the oldest oldest living city in the world. And by the way, Manikarnika, that fire has been burning for thousands of years. This one family has kept it going since Sadashiva lit it. They have not let it burn out. And that's the fire that they use to light the cremation fires for the bodies there. And they can burn at least like somewhere several hundred a day they burn. And sometimes more. And it could be very warm there also, because sometimes they're doing 3, 4, 5 at a time. So you really have to experience that place. So I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but please enjoy yourself, go there, experience it. And don't get too clutched, means don't get too worried about some people. They're trying to always, you know, maybe buy or sell something to you. Just kind of be relaxed and understand that, you know, everybody's trying to make a living, and just be relaxed and kind of just go on your way, you know. Don't allow anything to ruin the ambiance, that connection with the place and that space in Varanasi. So anyway, thanks again for joining, and I hope you make it there soon. Nityananda.